Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to be building this guy here. This is Lego set 910032. This is part of the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1, and this is, well, let's think about this. Yeah, this is the fourth out of five. I bought all five, and this is the fourth out of five we're going to build. This one here, it has 3,532 pieces, so it's not small, but it's not huge. It's all right, and I like it because it can be converted into like kind of a modular setting, which I do like modulars. So I have already prepared some bags and opened them, so I don't see anything else to do except for go ahead and start. So let's do that part. And for those who are here now and for those that'll be here later, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And you might want to turn on all notifications and leave me a comment below. All of those things are appreciated. So, yeah, please do. And hello, John. And hello, Mrs. Chip. How y'all doing tonight? Or, I mean, morning. I know I normally stream at night, but it's definitely not nighttime here. Or where either one of you are at. But, oh, I didn't switch cameras. Oops, let me switch cameras. There we are. So all we're doing is, obviously we got to do the groundwork first, and then we'll do that. John, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear you're sick, or, feeling under the weather. It's never nice. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Afternoon from Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm sitting here on my day off, enjoying watching my favorite Lego Master. Sorry. Hey, Brett, how you doing? It's good to see you again. John says thinks it's something he ate. All been there, done that. I hope you guys have had a great week. I had an extremely wild week. I really can't. I want to tell you guys, but it could have implications on my job. So let me be very generic about it. And I'm sorry I can't go into detail. On Wednesday, I was told I was laid off. And then on Thursday, I was asked why I wasn't at work. Same job. So I still have a job. Yeah, I'm very confident about that. So, yeah, I can't go into any more detail because that's the part where I think I'll get in trouble if I did. So, it wasn't anything I did or said. I can tell you that. So, it's been a wild week. Ups and downs all over the place. So, I hope you guys are doing better than that. And I will say that I am looking for another job. I've applied a couple different places, and I have a few friends that work at different places, and I've passed my resume on to them, which they've said they will pass along to their hiring managers. And a couple of them actually sound pretty promising. So I'm hoping that within a short amount of time, I'll just be able to get rid of this job altogether and do something else. And John, I should take you up on that because it's just been really, I'll tell you what, having a job and not having a job. And this all happened against a backdrop that was already stressful. So let me tell you about Thursday. Or Wednesday, I'm sorry. Was it Wednesday? Shoot, it's all mixed together now. Either Wednesday or Thursday. I woke up with some phone messages. And, my son Spencer went to go get gas. And unfortunately, he locked his keys in the car. And he did it at the gas pump. And the employee there came out and told him, you got to move your car quickly or else I'm going to have it towed. Well, I turn off my ringer at night or else I don't get sleep. So I didn't hear the messages. And a couple hours later, I woke up and my son was still there and they had not towed his car yet. And so I got a hold of the towing company because it's through my car insurance. And they said, okay, we can be out within 60 minutes. So he went out and talked to the gas station attendant and said, hey, look, please don't tow my car. There is someone on the way. And the guy says, okay, I won't. And 3 hours later, the towing company had not showed up. And I didn't know where the keys were, the spare keys of that car. They were found. And they were found by Max, the cat, by the way. True story. I'll get to that later. So I found the keys, or Max found the keys, and then I headed out there, unlocked the car, and we canceled the tow, or the towing company coming out. And during all this, I get a text message of, hey, are you running late today? And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Yesterday you told me, never mind. I'm not going to argue. So, yeah, there's that. Now, let me tell you about what happened with the cat. I have not seen Spencer's spare keys to that car for a couple months. And while this is all stressful going on, trying to get a hold of the towing company and all that, all of a sudden, Max comes up and he wants attention. And Max is being a real pill about me having attention, and I don't want to give it to him. I mean, I'm in the middle trying to figure all this out. I don't care. Well, I have some dumbbells that are metal laying on the floor. And I have a backpack that I put my laptop in when I travel. And the last time I traveled was April. So what Max did was he got mad at me for not paying attention to me. And he laid down really hard in anger on top of the backpack. Just threw himself kind of on it. So I wouldn't pay attention to him. And he's done that before on other surfaces, but never to the backpack. Well, when he hit the backpack, I heard a clank, like a metal on metal. I thought to myself, I'm like, this is really odd. Why am I hearing metal on metal? He laid on a backpack. So I decided to investigate. And I picked up the backpack. And the backpack has a bazillion pockets in it. I'm not kidding. It really does. And when I searched this backpack, I found a pocket inside of a pocket that had the car keys in it. And it's not a very big key ring. All it is the key fob and the key itself. So it's not as huge and it's easy to find. And so Max getting mad and laying on the keys made me aware of where they were at. So I will credit him for finding the keys. And yes, like I said, the end of the story is we got the car home. It wasn't towed. And all it cost me was a little bit of gas money, because you might say to yourself, well, why didn't you just go there to begin with? Well, the gas station was an hour and 10 minutes away from my house. So it wasn't like he was just not around the corner. So that's part of the factors and everything that happened that day. They said, have kids, they said. It'd be fun, they said. No, I'm just kidding. Having kids is fun. But sometimes it has its moments. And yes, John, I've definitely given Max some loving since all this happened. And Spencer did too, because, well, to be honest with you, without Max, this car would have been towed. Well, I don't know for sure, but probably. And if it would have been towed, would have been on the hook for the tow and the storage fees. And so, yeah, that would not have been fun. I mean, I have the title. I wouldn't have picked it up, but it's a couple $100. That's a couple $100. I don't feel like spending on something. I kind of feel like getting towed is a tax on those who are bad at math. Not that I'm trying to make fun of anybody. If you've been towed, I feel your pain. I've been towed too before. So, but my life isn't all sob stories, guys. My life is actually pretty good. I feel extremely blessed to have what I have, meaning a marriage that's lasted almost 28 years, 4 kids, 2 grandkids, and on top of that, I've always wanted a property like the one I have. I've been talking about it for over 20 years, and about 2.5 years ago, I was finally able to get this property. So life has its ups and downs, but overall, I'm not complaining. Overall, I really do feel extremely blessed to be in the situation that I'm in. And plus, having a YouTube channel, it's awesome. It's awesome to have friends and people that, I'll tell you what, it's a really cool feeling to just, I didn't realize this was in the way. Yeah, okay, that's off camera. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't change what you can hear by moving that. Please let me know if it does. It's really cool to just be able to sign on the internet, and I've done impromptu live streams, and it's so cool to just be able to turn your camera, and all of a sudden you got people there talking with you. And some people are regulars, and it's awesome because then I kind of know you. And I don't know you in real life, but we've talked. I know a little bit about you, and it's just kind of cool. And let's see, you both work for Max. Yeah, and actually, speaking of cats, if you guys know, you watch this channel, I like cats. I like animals in general. I've got a dog, and I've got 1 indoor cat. I have 7 outdoor cats, and no, they're not all mine. Well, they are, but they're not because I didn't go get them. They just kind of appeared here. So, but it's just really cool to have the animals. And I have 1 cat, Tux. And if you guys remember the tuxedo cat set that Lego built, I put Tux on screen temporarily, for briefly, I should say, because that's he's the whole reason I bought that set. Well, I didn't see him for about 4 or 5 days, and out here we have coyotes, we have predators. Let's put it that way. And I didn't see him for 4 or 5 days, so I thought maybe one of those predators got him. And I was starting to feel a little sad, to be honest, because Tux is, I'm not really attached to most of the outdoor cats, but Tux I am, because I actually went out and got Tux. He is a cat that I picked, if that makes sense. And so I do feel attached to him. I do like him. He is friendly, and he's cute. Anyway, he disappeared for 4 or 5 days, and I was just scared. And well, this morning, out of nowhere, he disappeared. So he's here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, everything's good over there. Hey, Janet, how you doing? Yes, Miss Chip, I agree. We have been very blessed. Janet says, I'm interested in this build. I would have bought it if it was modular rather than a dollhouse. I agree, Janet. That is one of the things I don't like about it, but I still bought it mainly because I know I'm going to modify it. And when it comes to how I build things, most of the time, straight out of the box, I will build it however Lego, does it. And then from there, I'll modify it. And sometimes the modification is so vast that I have to basically destroy it and start all over. But yeah, I usually start with just the basic set and then move on from there. But did you get, just out of curiosity, Janet, did you happen to get any of the other designer ones, like the train shed or the snack shack, or I'm trying to think, the general store? God, there's one more I'm missing. Oh, the Mountain Fortress. My goodness, how can I forget that? We just finished that a couple nights ago. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear if you got any of those, and if you did, what do you think of them? Excuse me. Okay. You have the general store. Building it after I finish the sanctum. Yeah, the sanctum's another good one. Uh, I didn't do this, but one of my lug members did. Fellow lug members, I should say, because I'm not the president. Um, he took the sanctum sanctorium and he modified it some so that it fits on a mill's plate, so we can run wires underneath it and do that kind of stuff. So, um, really, we had a great time with that. And I really like the staircase on that set. I know it's kind of an odd thing to like about it, but I just like it a lot. And if I remember right, it has the panels on the top of the staircase. That a couple of them move. I think it's pretty cool. So best of luck on building that one. I hope you enjoy it. And John, I hope you feel better, man. It really is a downer to be sick or to be feeling under the weather. So the rest of my day is probably going to consist of being out in the shop. Um, Temperatures finally broke around here. They were 100 or more for about 2 weeks, and then yesterday was only mid 80s. So I spent some time out in the shop, about 5 hours after work, and it felt really, really good because it wasn't that hot. I mean, it was warm. Don't get me wrong, it was warm. I don't have air conditioning out there, but it wasn't like stifling hot and miserable. So today's supposed to be another day where it's supposed to be in the mid 80s. Now, starting tomorrow, it's supposed to be in the 90s or higher. So I'm going to enjoy my time out there where it's not that bad. And Mrs. Chip, it is 3,532 pieces. And this one, which is kind of weird because a lot of times, not all of them, but a lot of times these more expensive sets don't have stickers, but this one does. I don't think it's a bad set though. Just because it has stickers doesn't necessarily make it bad. Although I prefer printed. All right. So let's move on. And I mean, I wish I could make it more sexy and interesting, but when you first start out these buildings, it's always this way. It's not that interesting because you're just doing a bunch of groundwork, laying down the foundation for the rest of it. So it's kind of dry and boring. It gets exciting to me when the walls start going up, and we're just not there yet. And you know what? I've got some advice for you guys. I figured out a surefire way to start an argument online. And that surefire way is just have an opinion. I don't care what your opinion is, left, right, center, moderate, conservative, liberal, don't matter. Just have an opinion, and I guarantee it'll start an argument. So I don't know for sure, but just looking at the amount of bags there are on here, I'm thinking this is going to take 4 live streams to finish, because I usually go for about an hour, hour and a half. Hour and a half is about my tops. And it's not because of you guys, it's because of me. I don't do that well. These longer streams, I get tired, among other things. It's just easier for me to do these shorter ones. That is correct. I just love stickers. More like loathe. Oh, yeah. Janet, that's a really good one. I was thinking about doing the same thing, to make it into a modular, the Chinese celebration restaurant. In fact, I've got it built downstairs, original. It's one of those that, how do I say it? Too many irons in the fire. I want to do it, and I tell myself I'm gonna do it, but whether I actually do it or not is a different story. I'll admit it. But that'd be cool. Janet, I'd actually like to see some pictures of it if you wouldn't mind sharing that. And the number one way to share it is that in the description is a link to my Facebook page that's devoted to just the Legos. If you would, please put a couple pictures of it up there. I'd love to see it. I always love seeing other people's creations. I mean, I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't want to embarrass him, but we had a guy who in our lug, and I'm not saying this is you, Janet. Sorry, let me make that clear. This is a totally different story. It has nothing to do with what you're saying. I have a friend that's in our lug, and when he first joined about 3 years ago, his structures did not hold up, and they fell apart a lot. And what ended up happening was he just got better and better and better. And I love seeing his creations. He has done some mocks that just blow me away. His dad was in the Air Force, and so he loves the Air Force. And he did a miniature scale, what do you call that? Hill Air Force Base, which is the Air Force Base closest to me. It's still pretty far, but it's the closest one to me. And just seeing him, like each show, he added another piece to it, or another warehouse, or another hangar, or another plane, or, and it was evolving, but at the same time, his techniques were getting better. And so each time a show came up, you would see a part of it wrecked and rebuilt. And the rebuild was much stronger in more detail. It was just really cool to see the evolution of his building skills. And that's what I like about seeing other people's stuff, is that I don't make fun of it, because you never know. I mean, like, it's just really interesting, especially if you get to see a timeline and you get to see people evolve and all that stuff. And I'm no exception to that. My stuff evolves as well. I mean, I'm embarrassed by some of my beginning builds. And I mean, I'll just admit it, I am. But as time goes on, I feel like it gets better. So, yeah, it's all good. Sure, it's my office at work. It's not my design. Oh, hey, that's cool though. Again, I just like seeing other people's stuff. And hey, thanks for giving credit to the person that built it. I try to do the same thing. if I am influenced or well, I guess it is influenced, but inspired. If somebody else's build inspires what I do, I try to give them credit. And that's one thing I like about Pinterest is that when I save a pin or picture, it saves the picture, it saves the information of the person that submitted it with it. So it's really easy to give them credit. Sometimes on Facebook, when I save a picture, actually, whenever I save a picture, it does not save the contact or the name. And so I struggle because later on, I don't remember where I got it from. And I always like to give credit to whoever built it. It's just the proper thing to do, in my opinion. But yeah, I would love to see it. Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're on bag 3 already. But my phone was going off, and I've got kids, so let me check it because it's bothering me. I forgot about something I'm selling. Uh, okay, so I'm trying to declutter some because I got a lot of things going on around here. Um, so uh, I found some of those cabinets, the older style cabinets that I use to store my pieces in, and I have actually never opened it. So, yeah, I went ahead and put it on Facebook Marketplace to try to sell it, and it's already got someone interested in buying them. So, very happy about that. That's always nice to be able to declutter and at the same time be able to pick up just a little bit of money. And Janet says, because I have so many sets in my office, they want me to design our library and make a mock. You know something, Janet? I'm not saying you need help at all, but I'll tell you what. Since you can get a hold of me through Facebook, if you want some help or just occasional advice, please feel free to reach out to me. I have actually built a library myself, and I wish I could show it to you right now, but it's in a tote out in the shop. But it's very detailed. So, yeah, if you ever, like I said, even if it's just you want to run something past me just to see what I think, hey, I'm more than happy to do that. Please reach out to me. So, no, boy, just nothing important. Okay. And actually, let me do this because I don't want to hear. I do want to hear from the person that's trying to buy something from me, but the other person I don't. So, um, okay, cool. Sounds like a deal, Janet. Yeah, the links in the description to my Facebook page, and then you can contact me through the page. And uh, if if that's not convenient, then we can work something else out. But yeah, man. And if I remember, Janet, I do have bad memory, but if I remember, I will send you um, some pictures of the library. I've got it somewhere. And that one, the library that I built, I got the idea off the internet, and I don't know who built it. I believe it's rebrickable instructions though, but I didn't buy the instructions. I just took the pictures and decided for myself what parts of the building the guy built that I wanted to copy. And then there was no pictures of the interior. So the interior is completely my design. And I only kind of copied the front. The rest of it is all my design. So I could say that it was heavily influenced by somebody else, but I consider it my design because like 75% of it has nothing to do with what I saw online. So, and my Mrs. Chip, it's cool that you work in a library because Mrs. Chip loves libraries. In fact, when we moved here, I had to tell her she wasn't allowed to see the library. No, I'm just kidding. I would never tell her that. Just joking around. But you'd have to know Mrs. Chip and I and how we joke with each other. Okay. Let's see. So she wants to buy it, so that's cool. I am very happy about that because I don't need stuff in my house that I don't need. It's just clutter. I love this little cupcake. That is just the coolest. And here, let me move it where you can see it better. And a little table here, and wow, this barely actually doesn't fit inside the camera. How's Enzo? Enzo is doing pretty dang good. Let me see if I can get him to cooperate. He's kind of. I love the dog. Don't get me wrong, but every now and again he gives me attitude. And the last couple of days, I've been getting some attitude with him where he looks at you like, "Do I have to listen?" And it's like, "Yeah, you do. Get off your butt. Come on." But yeah, he's been acting that way lately. So I've been sorting a ton of different Legos out in the shop. Um, if you guys don't know, Mrs. Chip is in the military, and as such, we have moved so many times in our marriage. And it seems like every time I just get to the point where I've organized my Legos, it's time to pack it all up and moving in. So I feel like I've been like running in circles for the last several years, I should say. But as part of that, I'll start a project and then I don't finish it and I don't want to put it away. So I just think to myself, okay, I'll put it in a bag, I'll label it, and then when I get to the other place that we're staying at, I'll start working on it. Well, what happens is I lose interest in it, or it takes so long to get to it that I never get to it. And so I just have these bags of random pieces everywhere. And I've done this so many times, and I've admitted to myself that I'm probably never going to get to it. And so it is time to let go of some of these projects and sort those gallon-sized bags or quart-sized bags and put that stuff away. And that's what I'm doing out there in the shop right now. It's just putting away a bunch of projects that, for one reason or another, just aren't feasible anymore. Oh, and some of it's not even that. Some of it is, what do you call it? There was a secondhand shop that had Legos for sale in little baggies and little quart-sized bags, and they were like $3 or $4. I bought a ton of them because I thought they were a great deal, and well, I never sorted them. So, and I have not lived in Virginia for almost 5 years, so that's how long it's been. So I've been through them. I'm going through those as well, putting them away. Do you guys ever feel like sorting is like a never-ending job? Because I sure do. Just feel like no matter what, I'm always sorting. Okay. Okay. It is the never-ending story. Yes. Hey, Cajun, how you doing, man? And how have you been? And that's what I like about this build. If you look at the front here, we're starting to add, signage, a flower pot, but then you have all these other little things that something can go on. And so I'm not sure what's going here, but you can just tell there's going to be a lot of detail built into this. And that is getting annoying. There's no machine to do it yet. Too bad you can't dump the piece in a coin sorter. John, you just spoke my language, buddy. You really did. I don't care if that machine cost $10,000. I would pay every bit of $10,000 to have a machine that I could dump a pile of Legos in, and then it just sorts it into a bunch of random bins, but does it in an orderly fashion. That would be so freaking cool. But okay, that doesn't exist. I'm in dreamland. Let me come back to Earth. Back on Earth, we don't have that. Well, here I was speaking of that space, and here we are filling those little spaces. And I think it looks pretty cool. I'm MK. Shoot, I'm not up on my abbreviations. I don't know what MK is, and I'm not trying to be funny. I just don't. Sorry, man. Yeah, actually, as I was saying a little bit earlier, I'm doing all right. Things have been somewhat crazy, but um, at the end of the day, I have to remember all the blessings that I do have. And that's hard to do sometimes, I'll admit. Sometimes when you're in the thick of things, it's hard to remember all the things that you've been blessed with. But um, I feel like I'd be ungrateful if I didn't mention the blessings that I have, and I do have a lot. Okay, guys, we are already on bag number 4. Can you believe that? Bag number 4. And like I said, this is the part that I find exciting is when it starts taking off the ground and it starts, being built up. That's the cool part. I'm waiting to go to the doctor this week to find out lumps in my arm. They're saying, you know something, I've had that before. Yeti, and I'm not trying to be gross, but I've had both lymph nodes under my armpits that have gotten swollen, and then I've had sweat glands get clogged from deodorant, and I had to switch deodorant to a more natural deodorant because the stuff with the aluminum in it just clogs the pores and can cause that. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not saying that's your problem. I'm just saying that I'm a random guy on YouTube who also had the same issue. And it's frustrating. It should clear up though. Mine cleared up. And I don't remember them doing anything for it either. I think they just said, "Oh, this is your problem." Oh, okay, thanks. But I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. Please do find out what's going on. And hopefully it's something as simple as that, where in a few weeks from now you'll barely remember it even happened. Oh, you've been on antibiotics for, okay. So then yours must, like you said, got infected. Okay, it's a little different. Well, Cajun, I hope it does clear up regardless. Okay, so oh dang it! I just put this in here and I just ruined it. So let me fix it up. Okay. If you guys would, please hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. But if you don't think it's good enough to hit the like button, then no. It's all good. Okay. I missed something a while back, but I just found it. You liked and shared. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Yes, Thursday's the 1st. Well, Yeti, I think of you as a brother, so if you feel comfortable, reach out to me through text. Like to know how you're doing, man. I mean, after all, Yeti, you're the one that brought the saying into my life of love, peace, and chicken grease. So, I mean. And I did watch a couple of your videos here lately, Yeti. But if you'd like, please tell people what's going on your channel. I do not like it when stickers are the same color as the piece you're putting them on. It is so hard to get it right. I can't see it. We have a do not enter sign here. And that's our second sticker. And Clash Royale says, I want to get more onto YouTube streaming. How do I start? Well, you start off by making a channel. YouTube does restrict you. You can't stream until you have 100 subscribers. And so there's that. However, the way to build it up is to ask friends and family on Facebook or Instagram or whatever to follow you on Facebook or subscribe to you on YouTube. And then another thing that helps is having a following on both YouTube and Instagram, and some people use Twitter as well. But post regular pictures to let people know what you're doing, and also post links to your upcoming videos, or I guess videos you just released, I should say. It's not hard, but it's not easy. It's kind of complicated, and at first it'll feel like you're putting a whole lot into it with very little return. And then all of a sudden you'll have a video or two that gets watched way more than the other ones. And then you realize, holy crap, people actually like my stuff. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being real. I mean, for a while there, I didn't think I was making any traction. And all of a sudden things started going up quite a bit. And I know it's kind of funny that when I say, oh, I got 50 subscribers last month, because I mean, I know some channels, they get 50 new subscribers in just an hour. So yeah. And that's true, John. Some of the views, some of the videos, no matter how much you put into it, just don't get watched that much. And you have to be prepared for that. And you can't take that personal. And I will say this, I've personally heard a lot of people complain about the YouTube algorithm. And I was watching Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast was talking about this. And he said, replace the word algorithm with people. Like if the algorithm doesn't like your video, it's really people that don't like your video. Don't take it personal. Learn from it and move on. And that's probably the best advice I can give you. And when you first start out, you're going to be, and I know some people get upset with my reference, but I like to shoot guns. So it's like a shotgun blast with buckshot in it, where your videos at first are going to be all over the place, just like that buckshot. However, what's going to happen is eventually some of that buckshot's going to hit something, and you're going to realize, wait a minute, people actually like what I'm doing, and they like this subject. And then from there, I think the best thing you can do is to start making videos on the stuff that you know more people will watch. And it's a big old waiting game. But I appreciate the question. If you have more questions, feel free to throw them out there. I don't mind answering. And Yeti, I mean, you got a channel too, and you know, you'd be. I welcome you saying anything if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. You know? Okay, so I'm sorry. The instructions is brown on brown, and again, when anything is the same color, for some reason I have trouble seeing. I don't think I'm colorblind, but it certainly adds a difficulty level to it. And I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Yes. I have 12. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, Clash Royale. And I am not the kind of YouTuber. There's a lot of YouTubers, and I'll say this right now, that will not want to help you at all. And they will just tell you off. I'm not one of those. In fact, I offer this to you. If you want to put a link to your channel right now in the chat, wouldn't offend me at all. Please do. Yes, John, Rue is your subject matter expert. Some of me thinks that when I am in the video, I don't get the views. Haha. John, I feel the same way. If you ever notice my videos, I don't show my face very much. And even right now, I mean, you saw my face for the first 45 seconds of the video, but beyond that, I ain't in there. And you know what? I don't think people come here to see my mug. They come here to see the Lego. So I focus on the Lego as much as possible. am I into Star Wars Legos? Heck yeah, I am. I've got both Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcons, both Ultimate Collector Series Star Destroyers. I've got the Ultimate Collector Series playable Death Star. I don't think that actually was Ultimate Collector Series. That was just a large set. But I've got the gunship, the large one. I've got quite a bit, man. I've kind of cut back, though. I'll be honest with you. With the price of Lego and with being laid off last year and getting a job that pays a little bit less, then having that job be very shaky, I admit I cut back my Lego purchases quite a bit. I had to. I got to make sure I have enough money for if and when crap hits the fan, as they say. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see this. So this is what I was talking about, all these little like things right here that stick up. Obviously, I think these black little things are going to be more of this railing. I don't know what some of this other stuff is going to be like right here yet. But we've got the do not enter sign. We've got a little breezeway here. We've got a bakery going on here. I really don't know what's going to be over here yet. I haven't not looked ahead. Mrs. Chip, a shorter list would be what he doesn't have. Okay. Mrs. Chip is correct. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Me and Mrs. Chip, I swear sometimes being in our living room is like watching an episode of Family Guy. I don't mean that completely, but it's not far from the truth some days. Let's see. No one needs to know. I'm just joking. Yeah. Well, you know. But yeah, Yeti. What sort of? Maybe you already responded. It's gone because I've not been keeping on top of the comments. But what sort of videos are you working on now? And I saw the most recent video I watched talked about some things that you were doing in your city, and I thought that's pretty cool. I think city building's fun. And what do you think about streaming vertical? I heard rumor that YouTube pushes more that way. What does streaming vertical mean, John? Do you mean like the actual direction of the camera, or I don't know what that means? Could you clarify? Because I'm absolutely illiterate. And Anna says, "Ooh, that's a crazy set." Yeah, this is one of those Bricklink Designer ones. And welcome to the channel, by the way. If you guys would hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd appreciate. Okay, so you are talking about landscape versus portrait. Well, what's funny is I'm not sure how it's showing up on your screen, and maybe it's something, a setting I got to look into. But on my screen right here, the software I'm using, it's showing it as landscape. And I hope you're seeing it that way. If you're not, let me know. I'll see if I can. I'm sure there's some sort of adjustment I can do to change it, and I don't have a problem testing it out. Why not? I'm kind of thinking about doing a bonfire today. Again, me and Spencer have done a couple bonfires, and we're allowed to out here. And I got to be honest, I got a bunch of trash I need to get rid of, and so I just might do that. Portrait would be okay. All right. They push that because competition from TikTok. They want more short. Yeah, they do want more shorts. The problem is, and it is like you said, to compete with other platforms. I have looked into YouTube, and you have to have like 4,000 hours of regular video watched within a year to get paid. And I'm not being paid, by the way. I eventually want to be, but I'm not. And for the shorts, I think it's 10 million short views within 90 days. That's a lot. And I mean, as much as I like my content, I'll be the first to admit I don't think I'm going to be able to reach that goal. So, but I have done shorts in the past. In fact, several of my shop videos, shop updates at first were shorts. And, maybe I should try a couple more of these. Let's see, nothing. I haven't been feeling good enough to work on videos. I'm hoping I start. Okay, fair enough, Yeti. But hey, when you do, uh, feel free to drop me a link through text or something. I'll be more than happy to watch. I don't get notifications. I had to turn off notifications. I get so many notifications. Let's see. How can you afford these insane sets? That's a really good question. I have a Bricklink store, and um, honestly, if I didn't have Bricklink, I would not be able to afford most of what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I sell Legos to other people to support their habit, but by them giving me money, they're supporting my habit. So it's a circular logic, but it works in this case. Usually, a circular logic does not work, but in this one case, it does. And he says, it's the journey that counts. YouTube should pay little creators, even if it's a little amount. And I agree with you 100% because I know, because I've watched some of my videos, I know that YouTube is putting ads on my stuff. So they're making money off of it. And I figure since I created the video, shouldn't I get a piece of that no matter how small I am? I mean, why do I have to be a certain size before you think it's good enough to pay me? I mean, if I made it, it's mine, right? Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. But YouTube doesn't listen to anybody. So I doubt that'll ever change. And also, it's been frustrating. I've been doing this channel for about 4 years. YouTube's changed the rules a couple of different times about what gets you paid and what the benchmarks to get paid, and that's frustrating because when it's a moving target, it's hard to hit it. So I've had to adjust what I'm doing a couple different times because of that. I was out in the shop yesterday working on the subway for my city. I'm working on the roof and the walls of the subway tunnels themselves. They're not just simple pieces, they are very detailed. So be looking out for that because the next couple of days when I finish that, I will be releasing a video on that. It's definitely upcoming. Let's see. Yeah, Lego shorts do tend to bring on new subscribers. I do agree with that. I got a Pearl Jam song stuck in my head. It is a circle of life. That is correct as well. I have started to pay more attention to Instagram. And in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I should take a few pictures and put an update out today on that. Okay, guys, like I said, when it's the same color, I have problems. I can't see. Oh, shoot. Oh, there it is. I dropped a piece. Now, let's put these on. Oh, it's the same sticker, so I guess it doesn't really matter as long as I get them on straight. But this is a black sticker on a black tile. And John says, I have trouble seeing black and gray on paper in bad light. I do too, but I've got good light going on here. I've got 2 studio lights, one on each side of me, pointing at me. So Miss Yeti had a short that did 18. Oh, wow. Are you serious? That's awesome. Maybe I just don't know how to do shorts because my shorts don't get. I get a couple hundred views and that's about it. Sometimes they've broken 1,000, but my shorts haven't done that well. And okay, so let me show you what we did here. So since the last time I turned this around, we put a little bit more decoration work here. We've done a little bit in the front here in the signage. And I honestly don't know what's next. So and John says, sometimes I have to use sunlight or cheaters. I get about 500 views, then it stops. Yeah, I don't know. And again, I just talked about the algorithm not really being the algorithm, it being people, but I don't know how the algorithm works because it does have something to do with how many people are exposed to your video. That doesn't mean they're going to click on it, but for them to see the little thumbnail of it. And I don't know how that works, never figured that out. But I wished I did know how it worked because I think that I'd be able to kind of, I don't want to say the word manipulate. That's kind of that sounds bad, but in a way it is manipulating. And I wished I did know how to do it. So. Okay, so we got 2 flags to do here. So doing stickers that are white on white is a little bit easier, but I still have a hard time with it. I just can't see worth crap anymore. You have to use them hashtags. Okay. So I got to hash it out. Is that what you're saying? Oh, cool. Again, I don't know if there's going to be another walkway next to it. Kind of looks like it. Oh, shoot, I missed some pieces. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I'm looking at the instructions and it didn't make sense at first. And then now I see it. And I'll turn this around in a little second here to show you. All right. So with the roof on it, we've got the 2 signs that say, you know, baked bread here, or pastries, whatever. And whatever this is going to be, I don't know yet. And Anna, yes, I am actually. I've got a whole playlist of Lego cities. I am building a very large Lego city, um, and it's well, currently it's not that big, but I've got the room for it, and over time it will get big. But it's got a beach scene with a cliff, and then behind the cliff is two underground levels of the city, and then the actual city itself is going to be on top of that double underground layer. And in the underground layer, I've got a subway and got a parking garage and a few shops. I've got a few other things that well, I don't want to give away too much, but I've got a lot planned for it. But yeah, feel free. Please check it out. And I assume that by asking me about city that you're into it as well. And if you are, what kind of buildings are your favorite type to build? And do you do modern cities? Do you do retro cities? Do you do minifigure scale, micro scale? Because I know a lot of people like that micro scale. And I know a guy, Lauren, who's the president of Lug Vegas, and he does the micro scale of the Las Vegas Strip with all the hotels and stuff, and it looks pretty freaking awesome. And it's micro scale, the whole thing. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Shoot, um, being in it in Jago like a kid, nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, shoot, I'm a big kid myself. I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Chip will tell you that too. I'm definitely a giant kid. And I have some Ninjago. Um, I've got some of the larger one, like the market, the city. What's the other one? Shoot, I don't know. Sitting right there, I'll just off the camera. One of them is. Okay. I did a city, but it's not big. Well, you have to start somewhere. And one thing I've learned is that as life changes, a lot of times so is your circumstances. And you might be able to, before you know it, have double the room and build something huge or bigger or whatever. Um, but yeah, some of my earlier cities they were pretty small. Um, but over the years, I was able to buy houses and sell them and be able to make enough money in between to, you know, upgrade. And now I'm in a bigger house that has the room to do it. And I have something for sale, so I need to check this. Okay. That's kind of frustrating because I turn off notifications for most things, but um, I still get a lot of notifications. Too many. Just making sure I do this right. Market City's insane, to be honest. Yes, it is. Um, I really like it though. I like how it has the tram in the middle. And I've always wanted to expand the Ninjago City so that I can put a longer tram in there. But I don't know. I don't know if I ever get to it. Like I was saying earlier, I've got so many irons in the fire. And I've got plenty of ideas, but no time. I really don't have time to do it. You have a lot of Lego City sets. That's cool. What would you say your favorite is? Or do you have a favorite type of um, Lego City sets that you like the most? Favorite? I guess that's what it means. I don't know. Sorry, I'm starting to get tired. You can tell. Looks like we have a little florist shop here. And what's really funny is in real life, if I look out this window right here, I can actually see a florist shop. And it's really pretty. They actually do weddings and stuff there. So every now and again on a Saturday, I look out there and there's someone getting married. And I think to myself, you poor fool. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't. I'm only joking. I've been married 27 years, almost 28. So just purely joking. Rest of my day is going to be spent organizing the crap out of things out in that shop, probably, and burning some trash. And I need to burn some trash. I got too much. I really like the train station. Live stream the bonfire. Oh, well, I don't know if Spencer would appreciate that. Because Spencer's going to be a part of that, so I'd have to see how comfortable he is with it. And I know he doesn't like being on camera. He does help me behind the camera, but he's not normally on camera. Which I don't know why I'm bringing this up because it's stupid, but I actually had a guy go off on me once because in one of my videos I said, uh, we're working hard to bring you more content, and the guy is like, "Oh, what is this? We stuff?" And I'm like, it's the fact that it's me and my son, and I also involve my lug on a lot of different things. So it truly is a we sort of effort, and I believe in giving credit where credit's due. So yeah, I'm going to say we. And he went off on me about being delusional, how I was delusional, and it was only me, and all that stuff. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But no, he wasn't kidding me. He was serious. And you know something? When Mrs. Chip is here, she's operated the camera for me as well before. So, come to think of it, it truly is a we sort of effort. And oh, I'm sorry, I'm outside the camera range. There we go. So we've been working on that, and we're going to continue to work on that. But I've come to the simple conclusion that you just can't please everybody. It's just the way it is. So I've given up trying. Oh, I just knocked this off. Okay. Oh, snap, that hurt. You ever busted your knuckles on Legos? I have. Let me tell you, it feels good. I recommend doing it twice a day. Twice a day, every day. This kind of reminds me of how intricate the build, not the build itself or what the buildings look like, but just the intricacies of this build remind me of Diagon Alley. And I love Diagon Alley. I've got both versions of it. Okay, so we have some more of that, just like I thought we would, and more of this little bit of railing here. And I think that does it for bags 1 through 5. Yes, it does. So let's turn this around so you can see this. So from the front, what we've got here is we've got some sort of bakery here. We've got a little bit of a breezeway with a do not enter sign for cars, but pedestrians are okay. Then we've got a floral shop here. And I'm sure we're going to have another shop here. I just don't know what it is yet. And I believe there's 3 levels to it, Mrs. Chip, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me look at the box here. Oh, there's actually, so all the buildings are 3 levels except for this one here, and then it's 4. So, yeah, quite a bit. But I do appreciate you guys spending your early afternoon, morning with me. And please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment below. And I will see you guys on the next live stream, which I believe will probably be about the same time tomorrow. And we're just going to continue with this. And then hopefully I'll have enough done that Monday I'll have a city update for you guys. But thanks again for being here. And love, peace, and chicken grease, as what's his name would say? Yeti. I'm sorry, Yeti. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other out there.